KD Country 94 weather.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has been protecting farmers and ranchers season after season.
You need to know you're covered and you've got somebody covering your back.
You've got local people that everybody knows.
And we have a good policy and a good agent, and I guess that's what you need to be able to sleep at night.
Loyal, local, and rooted in ag for over 80 years. Learn more at fbfs.com/rootedinag. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Here's a look at your local weatherology forecast. Ample sunshine expected today with daytime highs approaching 63. Winds out of the north, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies again tonight, lows level off around 34. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, high temperatures reach up to 68. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki on KD Country 94. Currently, it's 54 degrees.
American Diesel, a division of American Ag and Auto, Glen Elder. They can take care of all your truck and trailer repair needs. Pick up or semi with platinum overhauls or small repairs on all models. Brakes, drums, and chambers in stock, exhaust mufflers, flex elbows, straight pipe, and more. They also carry legacy seats and 2 stereo options. In addition, they carry most all BG service fluids, transmission flush to diesel fuel injection clean on both pickups and semis with several fuel additives and cleaners. All of this and more at American Ag and Auto, just off of Highway 24 in Glen Elder.
The news this hour is brought to you by Anderson Insurance Agency. They do farm, home, auto, life, and crop insurance. Stop by and see Matt and Becky, 118 North Mill in Beloit, or call them at 738-5701.
Keeping you informed, this is KD Country 94 and Z96.3 News.
Four Republican and 2 Democratic negotiators representing the House and Senate engaged Tuesday in opening rounds of conversations about using the state's large revenue surplus to draft legislation delivering property, income, and sales tax relief that won't run into a veto buzzsaw in the hands of Governor Laura Kelly. Representative Adam Smith and Senator Karen Tyson, Republicans from opposite ends of the states and chairs of the respective tax committees, led this microcosm of the legislature through explanations of the House's unanimously passed tax package in Senate Bill 300 and the more costly and controversial Senate Bill 539, approved mostly on partisan lines in the Senate. The conference committee also examined 4 dozen tax provisions that were debated but not adopted into state law in the 23 and 24 sessions. It's always good to get all the cards out in front of us on the table here and know what we have to work with, Smith said. I think one thing this shows is we're not that far apart on a lot of these things, end of quote. The current plan, Smith said, was to produce one major tax overhaul bill and supplement that with 3 or 4 bills containing less substantive tax changes. Tyson and Smith indicated there was interest in avoiding criticism resulting from the bundling of more than a dozen tax bills into a mega bill that forced legislatures to swallow offensive policy in order to gain passage of reform they viewed as essential. In this legislative session, legislatures are working with projected $4 billion revenue surplus that created an unusual opportunity to offer constituents $300 million to $600 million annually in income, sales, and property tax relief. Everyone from Governor Laura Kelly down to the most inexperienced House member want to deliver on tax cuts before the legislature adjourns. The trick is landing on a strategy that secured the simple majority of votes for passage, which are 63 in the House, 21 in the Senate, and 1 on the second floor of the Capitol. It's the old 63, 21, and 1 combination with the governor at the top of the pile with a veto pen. If she were to reject a tax bill, it would take a 2/3 majority, or 84 in the House and 27 in the Senate, for an override of a veto. There is added pressure on the legislature given that all 125 seats in the House and all 40 in the Senate will be up for grabs in August and November. Kelly, who was elected to a second term in 2022, will, of course, not be on those ballots. For more on that story, go to our website, kdcountry94.com. Today's community calendar is brought to you by Hard Choices Pregnancy and Parenting Resource Center, offering free pregnancy tests, pregnancy counseling, and parenting classes. 6 in Independence and Beloit and their satellite locations in Concordia, Osborne, Smith Center. You can call 738-3433 for an appointment or check them out at their website, hardchoicesbeloit.com. Joe County Conservation District, sign up for cost share funds going on now through May 15th. Water resources and on-point source pollution control practices. Funding provided by the Division of Conservation, Kansas Department of Agriculture through appropriations from the Kansas Water Plan Fund. Contact the Conservation District office at 378-3731 extension 3 for more information and cost share applications. There'll be a benefit lunch and bake sale coming up this Friday, April the 5th, tomorrow from 11 to 1 at the Municipal Building in Beloit. Lunch will be chicken pot pie. To-go boxes will be available. Proceeds will be given to Jennifer Schmidt to help fight the battle of cancer. Items for bake sale can be dropped off at Central National Bank or S&S Drug in Beloit. And the Glen Elder American Legion would like to show appreciation for the community support by providing a no-charge biscuits and gravy breakfast. That will be at the Glen Elder American Legion Post number 143, Glen Elder American Legion Building, 200 West Main Street in Glen Elder this Saturday, April the 6th from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m.
That's the news this hour. For the latest local news information, visit our website 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, kdcountry94.com. And don't forget to download the free KD Country 94 app on your smartphone.
Your number one source for local sports in north central Kansas. This is KD Country 94 and Z96.3 Sports.
The 2-0 pitch. McCann, left side, base hit. Mountcastle ties it. Mullins will win it. James McCann gives the Orioles their second walk-off win in 3 nights.
After a long rain delay, another tough loss for the Royals on Wednesday. We'll have more on it coming up in this sportscast. We'll also look at local sports. Today's schedule, the K-State men's basketball team, a big signing from the transfer portal. The NIT championship is tonight. One of the top receivers in the NFL was traded on Wednesday, and Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice finally speaking out. It's all coming up in this sportscast on KD Country 94 and Z96.3 The Lake. Local sports today, not a big schedule here in spring sports. In softball, Sylvan Lucas will be at Beloit at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And in baseball, Sylvan Lucas Lincoln taking on Beloit in Beloit. 4 o'clock start time for that doubleheader as well. And in high school golf today, Pike Valley and Tipton will open their seasons at the Chase Invitational. 3 o'clock start time this afternoon. For all the latest schedules in spring sports in the area, you can visit ncksports.com. Well, as sort of the beginning of the sportscast, after a delay of over 5 hours due to weather, the Royals and Orioles finally played the rubber match of their 3-game series, and much like the first game, despite an early lead for the Royals, the Orioles won in a walk-off, 4-3. KC took the lead early with RBI singles from Salvador Perez in each of the first and third innings to go up 2-0. Michael Garcia added a solo homer in the top of the 7th inning to put the Royals up 3-0. In the meantime, Cole Reagans had another outstanding start for the Royals, pitching 6 1/3 innings and allowing just 1 hit and 2 walks with 7 strikeouts. In the end, Reagans got a no decision as the Orioles put in 2 runs in the 8th against James MacArthur and took 2 off of closer Will Smith with a walk-off 2 RBI single from James McCann in the 9th. Smith took the loss and dropped to 0-2, giving up 6 runs over just 2 2/3 innings of relief so far this year. Royals manager Matt Quachero on that 9th inning in another tough loss.
Started with a 4-pitch walk. You obviously didn't have the best command. Got the big strikeout of Cowser to give us a chance, and then got behind McCann. I believe that was a 2-0 pitch. So you got to work in better counts, and Will's well aware of that. Anytime you lose a game, it's frustrating, and especially when you get a start like that. But it all started in the 7th there with the 2 walks as well. So I mean, we know that we can't issue free passes, especially to a really good team, and that's kind of what bit us.
The Royals are now 2-4 with the loss. Return home to start a 4-game series with the 1-4 White Sox at 6:40 this evening. Shifting to college hoops, after a season that ended with a first-round NIT loss, K-State has lost 3 players to the transfer portal in Cam Carter, Dorian Finister, and Jarrell Colbert. Good news came on Wednesday afternoon, though, for Jerome Tang's squad. They signed their first transfer from the 2024 portal in former Michigan guard Doug McDaniel. McDaniel played 2 seasons for the Wolverines this past season, averaged a team-high 16.5 points, 4.5 assists a game, shot just under 37% from three-point land. McDaniel will have 2 years of eligibility remaining when he heads to Manhattan. One other college hoops note, after being left out of the NCAA tournament, Indiana State has put together an outstanding run and will play in the NIT championship in their home state at Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis tonight. The 32-6 Sycamores take on the 24-12 Seton Hall Pirates in the title game at 6 o'clock on ESPN. We wrapped the sportscast in the NFL. On Wednesday, the Texans acquired wide receiver Stephon Diggs from the Bills for 2nd and 5th round picks in the 2025 draft and a 6th-rounder in this month's NFL draft. Over his 4 seasons with the Bills, Diggs led the NFL with 445 receptions. He led Buffalo with just under 1,200 yards receiving a season ago. Finally, in sports on Wednesday, Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice spoke for the first time since the Saturday crash at a Dallas highway that injured 4 people, or he said via social media, quote, "Today I met with the Dallas PD investigators regarding Saturday's accident. I take full responsibility for my part in this matter and will continue to cooperate with the necessary authorities. I sincerely apologize to everyone impacted in Saturday's accident," unquote. Contrary to early reports, Rice was actually leasing the Lamborghini SUV and not the Corvette that was involved in the crash. Police have not released any information about the people they're seeking or if Rice was a suspect in their investigation. That's a look at sports on your sports leader in North Central Kansas, Katy Country 94 and Z96.3 The Lake. Sportscast is brought to you by Zach's Ace Hardware in Beloit. I'm Dusty Donis.